in their off. Galloping to be slow, and number 4, Rosie's Fortune, lost the jockey right at the start. And rider is Mario Villalobos up and walking on his feet immediately. Heading to the backstretch, and it's a scramble on for the early lead as the bell tolls. Gets the neck in front from Snowboarder, and Stylish Gem right there with early speed. Pony Island in a prime spot early. Backwall Bandit right there, just 3 lengths from the speed. Heading into the far turn, Izzy's Rockstar. Galloping trails the field. Far turn run, Snowboarder on top by 2 lengths, and Pony Island keeping up at the second spot. Plummeting back there as the bell tolls. Suddenly dropped back almost last position is second to last. Something wrong there with as the bell tolls has dropped out of it. They race to the top of the stretch, and it's Snowboarder trying to skate away. Snowboarder from Pony Island by some 3. Backwall Bandit revs up on the outside driven, and Stylish Gem saves the ground into the stretch with Snowboarder to catch. Snowboarder desperate at a 2-length lead. Backwall Bandit toward the center of the track, charging hard and up to grab the lead past the furlong marker. Here's the X-Man and Backwall Bandit. Backwall Bandit opening up 3. Backwall Bandit almost 4. Snowboarder then on the inside, Stylish Gem second. Backwall Bandit, Stylish Gem, Snowboarder third, as the bell tolls, who dropped out to last position, came back to run fourth. Minute 14.28. Stewards had dropped that inquiry into the first. Backwall Bandit, jockey Xavier Perez. And they're off. Mighty Lindsay from the rail firing out. Here's Tacit Value in second, and Honor Our Country down to the inside of Tacit Value into the turn run. Miss Fulton Gal steered over toward the inside the 2 path. They got Curry, had to steady and check, got rank is shuffled back around that first turn run, and Ivy Girl has clear sailing on the outside, getting a bit closer in the early stages on the far outside in the green cap, just 2.5 lengths from the front runner. Racing down the backstretch, and it's Mighty Lindsay against the rail from Tacit Value, and Ivy Girl has run up third the far outside. Miss Fulton Gal at the rail racing in fourth, and back to Honor Our Country, and They Got Curry last of them all, but only 5.5 lengths off that lead, held by Mighty Lindsay as Tacit Value tries to press on by. Tacit Value now trying to get the white blinkers just in front from Mighty Lindsay, heading for the far turn run. Ivy Girl, Miss Fulton Gal on the inside. Honor Our Country scrubbed on in between horses and a bit tight for run as they round the far turn, and They Got Curry's on the far outside trying to get going from the back of the pack. 3 furlongs from home, and it's Tacit Value. Tacit Value, Ivy Girl is in second, and Miss Fulton Gal on the inside still willing, and Miss Fulton Gal on the chase of Tacit Value as they make the turn to the top of the stretch with a 1/4 mile left to go. Tacit Value takes them for home. Tacit Value with the lead by 2. Miss Fulton Gal wide open inside. Tacit Value shifting toward the center of the track, just in front by a 1/2 length. Miss Fulton Gal giving all. They're both driving. 1 furlong left to go. Ivy Girl is in third, is Miss Fulton Gal. And Tacit Value in third is Ivy Girl. Here's Miss Fulton Gal and Raul Mina to take it by 2. Tacit Value and Ivy Girl. Ivy Girl just grabs second for Tacit Value, then Honor Our Country fourth. 5-6 Gal Girl Exacta, $30-$80. And they're off. My Girl Back Home zipping out of the gate on top with Juniper's Jubilee, and Maggie's Moon has some early speed, so two first are griping on the outside, moving up to fourth. Here's Hoof and Boots traveling fifth right off the speed, 4.5 from the front. And Y'all Majesty, another 7 or 8 lengths back, have one more, is trailing the field. Good pace with My Girl Back Home against the rail, pressed by the favorite Juniper's Jubilee, with Gripin racing third position. Then Maggie's Moon on the inside under some pressure. Hoof and Boots is fourth now, just about 7 or 8 lengths off of speed in the favorite Juniper's Jubilee, who gets away, trying to dispose of My Girl Back Home. Gripe an even pace in third. Then it's Hoof and Boots, and the inside is Maggie's Moon and Y'all Majesty, and have one more. Top of the stretch, Juniper's Jubilee clear by 5 and sailing in. Juniper's Jubilee hits it. Hazelwood pop away suddenly by some 6 lengths at the 3/16 pole. From between horses, Griping willingly. Extreme outside is Hoof and Boots, and My Girl Back Home. A bit tired, and down to the inside, Y'all Majesty. Juniper's Jubilee. Juniper's Jubilee by 5. Hoof and Boots solid running second and closing the gap, but it's too late. Juniper's Jubilee from Hoof and Boots. Then Gripin and Y'all Majesty. Minute 13.21. $680. Superfecta $336.20. And they were off. Disney Belle and Kawaga flying out of there first, and Nicoletta in between horses. Rerun Table racing on the outside. Tip Manny is fifth near the inside. Barbados Bulldog and No Mo Muffins. No Mo Muffins has passed Barbados Bulldog. He'll have to settle some 6 lengths off the speed of Kawaga. And trailing the field, yes, Picnic into the far turn run. The pace heating up. Rerun Table quick on the scene on the outside at Kawaga. Now they head-to-head for the lead. No Mo Muffins just picking up third from Disney Belle. Barbados Bulldog on the move, has 6 to make up, but coming willing now. 2.5 furlongs left to go. Rerun Table and Kawaga to the top of the stretch together as they turn for home. It's a gap of 4 or 5 back. Barbados Bulldog is in third. Into the stretch, Rerun Table and Kawaga. Barbados Bulldog levels off toward the center of the track, has every chance to get by. Rerun Table, Kawaga's giving all. Barbados Bulldog on the outside, still fighting. A 16th of a mile left to run. Rerun Table, Kawaga tough on the inside. Rerun Table, Kawaga, Barbados Bulldog, and then it was, yes, Picnic fourth. Minute 6.32. .32. Lined up. And they're off. Good beginning, Fighter Town. Quinn Cannon on the outside, who will settle. Here's What Does It Take, who's flashing up early speed. What does it take now up to grab the lead? Fighter Town and Quinn Cannon right up and on the pace as well. Big Ton 10 travels in fourth for the first furlong. Keeping it country alongside of that one. Then it's Catatumbo, Mystical Curlin, and Tiny Lake in the next group of runners. They have 7 to make up at this point. Coach's Meeting is next, then Prince Kozan and Sailor's Return, and last is Collection Day. About 16 to 17 lengths will cover them heading into the far turn. What does it take down to the inside? Fighter Town and Quinn Cannon out 3 deep in the track. These 3 right across the track. Keeping it country is in 4th position. On the inside is Big Ton 10. Mystical Curlin 7 from Speed. Catatumbo 3 wide in the turn. Tiny Lake under pressure and dropping back. Now passed by Coach's Meeting, who's got a rail run, and Sailor's Return is splitting horses to about a dozen from the front. Another 3 back to Prince Kozan, and trailing the field is Collection Day. Racing to the top of the stretch, long way home, a quarter of a mile left to go. What does it take? Quinn Cannon. Fighter Town is in between horses. Big Ton 10 toward the center of the track. Mystical Curlin wide open inside, if good enough, has moved into 5th. 16th left to go. Big Ton 10. Big Ton 10. Big bounding strides, opening up 3-4 lengths. Big Ton 10 from Quinn Cannon. What does it take? Out of the inside, Mystical Curlin. Here's Big Ton 10 and his Medio Villalobos. Quinn Cannon and Mystical Curlin are going to be closer for a second, and somebody there on the outside, I have no idea who that is from this vantage point. Minute 39 is 63. Eight, 10, and 12, 2. 5 Big Ton 10 first, 8 Mystical Curlin second, 10 Catatumbo third, 12. In the gate. If they're off you, the Deadly Morse. Late Night Call, Complexity Jane, away in solid order. Dr. Abby from the inside trying to scoot on through right off that pace. Kissed by an Angel has speed but out wide into the first turn run. Sultry Lass is down on the inside there. Sultry Lass now takes that 4th spot. Dr. Abby is in 5th. Here's Atlantis Queen, who's 6th in the early stages. And Navani in the orange silks on the inside. And trailing the field, the sky is falling. As they race down the backstretch, the leader is Late Night Call. The X-Man calling the shots up front. Late Night Call, just at a moderate tempo from Complexity Jane. Right there stalking in 2nd. Kissed by an Angel, Sultry Lass 4th while saving that ground. ground. Heading for the far turn, Atlantis Queen is out in the clear, about 5 lengths from speed. Dr. Abbey coming under pressure. The back to Navani, and the Sky is falling, trailing only 6.5 lengths will cover them into the far turn run. Late Night Call, half-mile out. Complexity Jane now asks the question on the outside, gradually moving forward, almost on even terms. And here's Atlantis Queen, who's on that scene right there, right off the top pair with 3 furlongs left to go. Complexity Jane, the leader. Late Night Call down to the inside, trying to dig down. And Atlantis Queen lurks in third position, while 3 wide and driven at the top of the stretch. Complexity Jane surrounded inside and outside. Late Night Call inside, outside Atlantis Queen. Atlantis Queen off the turn with momentum to put ahead in front from Complexity Jane in it for the battle. On the inside is Late Night Call, picking up fourth this sultry last. They've got a furlong left to run now. Atlantis Queen and Yeds at Hazelwood opening up a 3, almost 4-length lead, and the Nellie Moore Stakes goes to Atlantis Queen. Clear cut, sultry last, and Late Night Call third, and close fourth Complexity Jane or Dr. Abbey. By ZBS Thoroughbreds LLC. Double 6520, pick 380, 115. For the post time stakes. Once around the Laurel main track, mile and an eighth. And they are off. Ooh, number 3, Surfside Moon, went to his knees and on a seated jockey, Julio Hernandez, at the start. He's on the ground, moving about just a bit. Will be attended to by the gate crew. So as they move round that first turn, on the outside is Call Me Fast, and that loose horse has run up just to the inside of Call Me Fast, who is sharing the lead with Joke Star. So it is Call Me Fast, Joke Star, and Warp 9 is right there, as the trio is only about 2 lengths from front to back. And jockey Julio Hernandez now being escorted off the track and out of harm's way. So they move with 5.5 furlongs left to go. Very easy pace up front, as leading the way is Call Me Fast. Call Me Fast, Joke Star down inside there. And nifty move is Pietro Moran, fearless, and gets through on the inside of the loose runner as Call Me Fast. And now on the outside, Warp 9, who's got clear sailing, moves up to second spot as shuffle back a bit with Joke Star into third, into the far turn run. And it is Call Me Fast, just a narrow lead from Warp 9. Joke Star, taken to the outside, is willing to come back for more, and Joke Star has a turn of foot. Joke Star on the outside. Joke Star just went right on by Warp 9, and Call Me Fast as swing into the stretch. Joke Star turns for home. Joke Star with a 2-length advantage on Warp 9, and Call Me Fast with a furlong and a half to run. It is Joke Star. Joke Star, Pietro Moran with a 4-length advantage. Warp 9 second, and Call Me Fast, no fire through the stretch, will finish third of the 3. Here is Joke Star, a nifty ride by Pietro Moran to win by some 5. Warp 9 was second, and Call Me Fast third in the post time 6. It's hard. 5-year-old Baggelding, jokester by Practical Joke. Fritchie Stakes. And they're off in the Barbara Fritchie. Dry Powder out first, along with Take the Money Honey and Passage East right there on the outside. The trio sorting out as Dry Powder now takes the initiative just a neck in front from Take the Money Honey, left right alongside of her. Passage East off that top pair, racing in third position. Another 4 back, and it's Bolt Enery second to last. And the great Juba's Parade is in the back of this bunch. Only 7 or 8 lengths will cover front to back. Dry Powder, Take the Money Honey, keeping a bit of pressure on from the outside. Dry Powder leads away. Heading into the far turners. Passage East in good striking range, if good enough, in third as they round the far turn. Into the turn they roll. And so it's Dry Powder. Take the Money Honey, applying mild pressure now, and ask the question. Passage East moving up on the outside at that top pair. Passage East to make 3 across the track. Midpoint on the turn. Bolt Enery is in fourth. Then back to Juba's Parade. They race to the top of the stretch. Passage East gliding up on the outside. Take the Money Honey's trying to stay with her, and Dry Powder back third and driven on the inside. They're in upper stretch. Passage East to Take the Money Honey. Down to the inside, still right there. Take the Money Honey in a real battle with Passage East on the outside. They're head to head. Take the Money Honey. Passage East, they're nose and nose up and down. Get the photo finish camera ready. Passage East try on the inside is Take the Money Honey. Photo, photo, photo. Passage East or Take the Money Honey, then Dry Powder, and then Juba's Parade. Photo in the Fritchie. Running time is 1 minute 24 seconds. Hold on. Passage East, photo finish winner in the Fritchie. Sheldon Russell aboard. Owned by Larry Raybould and trained by Hugh McMahon. And they're off in the General George. He's the fire with a sharp break from the gate. Point Doom early zip as well as Point Doom sent up on the inside of Freeze the Fire. Here's Slam Notion. Last year's winner Quince Brew right up close there. In between horses as they journey down the back stretch, and it's Blue Kingdom on the mark is out in the clear, and Patinga's Twin is the trailer. Point Doom bounds along on the lead. Point Doom leads it by a length from Freeze the Fire and Slam Notion. Blue Kingdom kept close on the inside, and Quince Brew's right there in between horses, just 3 lengths from the pace. Back to Patinga's Twin, second to last. Out wide is on the mark, heading into the far turn, and a 1 to catch, still by a length and a half, is Point Doom. Point Doom is that leader. Quince through between horses. Slam Notion on the outside. Freeze the Fire battles in between horses. Blue Kingdom back fifth on the inside, now fourth. Another 2 back, and it's Patinga's Twin who's got 7 lengths to make up on Point Doom, and trailing the field is on the mark. Top of the stretch with a 1/4 mile left to go in the General George. Point Doom. Point Doom turns for home with a 2-length lead. Slam Notion. Blue Kingdom running a big one down to the inside. Coming gamely, big inside opening there for Blue Kingdom, but it is Point Doom. 1 furlong left to go. Fully extended with a lead by 2 lengths from Blue Kingdom. Quince Brew is in third as they're close to home, and it's going to be Point Doom by George. Point Doom flashing all the way in a good-looking score. Blue Kingdom was second. Quince Brew, and then Slam Notion. Minute 23.14, the running time. In Cruise, wearing the colors of Bush Racing Stable, trained by Tim Kreiser, bred in Kentucky by Seahorse Breeders, LLC. 5-year-old Bay Gelding by Into Mischief out of Malibu. And they're off. Bull Mirage 12 Nelson flying out first. Here is now, it's going to be 12 Nelson to take the lead. Ranzu moves to second on the early chase, and Thundercry begins to tug along to third position. Then it's back to Super Vinny and Divine Future on the inside. Bull Mirage broke with him and now drops back and passed by Quahog Republic on the outside. As they pass the half-mile pole, Italy drops to the back of the pack, and Railroad Inn is trailing the field. Far turn run, Ranzu goes on. Ranzu pops away suddenly by 3. Jumped off there. Thundercry took some awkward steps. They move to the top of the stretch. Quarter of a mile left to go. And it's Ranzu. Ranzu free by some 6 lengths. As Super Vinny picks up the chase on the inside from second. Then Quahog Republic. And back to Railroad Inn on the inside just for a little share. Railroad Inn has run for the back of the pack, is third. There's a 16th left to run. Ranzu runs away. Ranzu heads at Hazelwood Triple. Closer for second. Super Vinny, Railroad Inn, Super Vinny, nose-a-nose for second, and then it was Bold Mirage for. Minute 13.08. Minute 13.08.